Good afternoon, everyone. It is Tuesday, and Jimi Hendrix is first on the line. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got a great day. In the middle of the day, we're mixing up a little. Hey, Jesse, great to see you today. Always a pleasure. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Let's get the questions rolling. We have some of my heroes and legends coming on today. Would love to get their insight on the motivation and inspiration of what we do. Guru. Let's see some questions coming in. Team David Meltzer reminding everyone Friday trainings are free. My books are free. Exercises and guides are free. And if it's free, it's me. And now it's you too. All you got to do is email me, david@dmeltzer.com. Pinned right below, david@dmeltzer.com. Or join my text community, 949-298-2905. Let's get some questions going. Are you fit? Fitter than I was. Always on the best to improve myself to my own potential, to be my better self every single day. David is live. Matt Baker, photographer. You are live with me as well. Billy Crow, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. I see you there. The questions are rolling in. Let's see what we got here. What is your concept on willpower? Willpower is the power directed towards clearing the connection to the source of power. Do you have the will to stop, drop, and roll? Do you have the will to clean the connection, the interference, the corrosion? Hey, Jakey Beaky, good to see you decided to join us there. Awesome. I'm glad I sound great. How's my haircut look? Good. I had my outdoor haircut in a parking lot. It's embarrassing when you leave for a haircut and you're home in 15 minutes. That's all I gotta say. You know you're getting old and you know you don't have much hair. How do you motivate when you feel like you have a lot of haters? Hey, at least they care, man. At least they care. You're doing something right if you have haters. So let them laugh at you, scoff at you, make fun of you. They'll applaud you someday. Just know that it's great that they are paying attention and giving intention to you. Pray for their happiness. Don't vote for what they want, but let it inspire you that they care enough to reach out, even if it's not what you want to hear. Perfect. How to know what is your career path? Here's your career path for everyone. You ready? Your career path is determined by your skills, your knowledge, and your desire. Your career path starts being happy where you are and angling to where you want to be, knowing that you'll end up somewhere better. You got that? A career path is knowing and being happy where you are, angling towards you where you think you want to be, and having faith that you're going to end up somewhere better. That's a career path, determined upon your capabilities, your skills, your knowledge of not only what you know, but who you know, and your desire. Loving what you do or doing what you love. Learning to love what you do is what I say. Find the light, the love, and the lessons in everything. Know that there's a certain percentage of what you do that will suck. Even the greats out there, the entertainers, athletes, celebrities, whatever they are, they've been around in my last 30 years, and executives, billionaires, entrepreneurs, certain percentage of their life suck. It's the ones that can find the light, the love, and the lessons in the suck that end up being and expanding and growing to where they want to be. How important is manifestation? Manifestation is allowing things to happen. I believe it's very important. If you can learn to manifest things rapidly and accurately, life gets fun. You can make more money, help more people, and have more fun. I don't see any questions from Jake in here. When taking inventory of your daily values, how specific should they be? When taking inventory of your daily values, personal, experiential, giving and receiving values, how specific should they be? As specific as possible, right? The clearer we are, the more balanced we are, weighted in our own values, the better we will be off. The more clarity and the more balance we have, the more focused we can become. The more focused we become, the more confident we become. The more confident we become, the less interference there is between that and which already exists in the world of everything, of more than enough. Do you use manifestation? Yes, I do. Every day I meditate and I focus in on, I give intention and attention to the coincidences I want. As you may remember, Einstein said, what are coincidences? God's way of staying anonymous. I believe there's a mathematical equation of luck. What you pay attention to and give intention to equals those coincidences that we want. Looking forward to hear. If time is infinite, there's no past or future. What are we actually doing when we are looking at our past? We are learning human behavior. We are learning lessons to change and shift our perspective of what? The present and the future. That's all we do when we look to the past and understanding what lessons could we learn, knowing that human nature never changes, knowing that we are supposed to grow, accelerate, and expand. Grow, accelerate, and expand, which allows to create a vacuum, right? When things grow, accelerate, and expand, vacuum's created. We want to make sure we're filling that vacuum with what we want, not what other people want, especially not the haters, as my friend once said. Do you have any advice for a freshman in college? Oh, I have lots of advice. Live with gratitude, forgiveness, accountability, and inspiration. Take inventory of your values. Ask for help. Ask how you could be of service or value. Be a student of your calendar. Do it now. Practice ending fear. Enjoy yourself. Don't take yourself so seriously. I hope that's enough advice for one day for one freshman. Whoo, that's a mouthful. Oh my God, Jake decided to give us a question. Wow, all those times I've asked, wow, could you get any broader? Look at this. Jake Fleshner, what is your secret to life? Enjoying the consistent, persistent pursuit of my potential and helping others do the same. Like you, Jake. Helping you enjoy the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potentials, to stop getting in your way and doing what we can do to be our best selves. What about enlightenment, its relevance in your life? Well, enlightenment is clearing the connection, clearing the darkness. One little speck of light overcomes a million particles of darkness. So go ahead. Be the light, liberate others. I use a candle example for me is that, if you have a candle and it's burning, it's going to burn down your candle. The minute you go light somebody else's candle, it stops burning your candle. So you're giving yourself that infinity forever. AJ, welcome. What's the best lesson you've learned from your failures? That pain is just an indicator. It's not a break. It's a turn signal, not a break. It indicates that we have a better direction to go to get to somewhere better and make our situation better. Pain is an indicator that we have a lesson to learn. And with that lesson to learn, let me see here. This cannot be my mentor, my hero, someone who taught me all this stuff, making me one of the biggest copycats in the world, but I cannot speak in the relevance of this man. I hope you recognize him. There he is, the great Les Brown. My dear friend, how are you?
The great David, how are you?
I am so fired up. I just have to tell you, one of my friends is going to join afterwards, and she literally almost cried because you were a keynote speaker at the Elevate company.
Yes.
Yeah, and she said to me, "Oh my gosh, this is a dream." I said, "It's just not a dream." I said, "I got Les Brown to open for you on my live. How big is that?"
That's
So
exciting.
Nancy from Elevate says hi, and they appreciate your
Right.
support. I love that product, by the way. Have you tried?
Oh man, I love it. It wakes me up. It puts you on fire. And they have one that allows you to go to sleep and have a deep sleep. So I enjoy their products very much.
Yeah, and now they're coming out with a pill. You don't even have to drink lemonade, coffee, or hot chocolate. They're going to just have a pill that you can take. Because I'm not a big fan of coffee. That was always my hard part. They're killing it now.
Oh yes, fantastic. You
Well,
look like fresh money.
so do you, man. You are a fighter and a survivor and an expander. And I just had to have you on because so many people today, I don't think they have the right perspective when it comes to compressed times of uncertainty and change. And you and I share a unique perspective that we want to really portray out there to let people get what they want. Can you shed some light for us on these times of uncertainty, of how we can be happy, how we can expand and learn and love and grow?
It's very important, something that you talk about. And I want to just say thank you for who you are, for the light that you share, for the lives that you're transforming each and every time you speak. And you have the voice of life. I want that voice of yours. I say, oh my God. Yes. Yes. And you're so knowledgeable. You remind me of a modern day Alan Watts. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
I am. What a great compliment. Thank you.
Oh yes, he's a deep dude. Yes, people have to. I think there are three things that's very important right now. Number one, people have to develop mental resiliency. We're living in a time where things are coming at us, and we don't know what shoe is going to drop next. It was Forrest Gump said, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get." Well, we are living during those particular times. And so mental resiliency is very important. Taking the time, having a ritual that you are living your life from the inside out. You're reading, you're meditating, you're praying, and you're focusing on strengthening yourself, fortifying your faith, and making your doubts and fears starve to death. That's number one. The other thing that's very important in this new economy and the disruptive place where we are, where the 40-40 plan is gone, where you can expect to be on a job for 40 years, that day is gone. There's no such thing as job security. 47 million people will lose their jobs from artificial intelligence, and we've already lost 50 jobs from the coronavirus. So people have to create multiple streams of income, and so find at least 3 things that they master and do well. I speak, I train speakers, and I write. And the third thing that's very important, creating a community of collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships. You can't make it by yourself. You want to surround yourself with people that you can learn from, grow from, and that can help you to have a breakthrough, and you can help them have a breakthrough to create the next greatest version of themselves.
And I know both of us have been blessed in our lives. And although we started out our lives with extreme challenges, we had early success in our lives as well. And we utilized others and they were attracted to us. But one of the things I still find difficult that I practice myself is to have the humility to ask for help. Why do you think it's so challenging for people to, they can find the right people, even people that we have coached before, and I'm sure you've had this experience. People will pay me a ton of money to coach them, and then they won't call me, they won't ask for help, and then I'll ask them on our scheduled call, hey, why didn't you reach out? I could have helped you on the sideline for you. The game was going on. I could have called in an audible or brought in somebody new for you. Why didn't you call me? Oh, well, I didn't want to bother you. Where does that energy come from? Where does that philosophy or perspective, come from, and how can people overcome it?
It's a lack of deservingness. One of the things that I have found, I went to a friend's house and I went to talk to him about helping him to get off drugs. I was doing an intervention with his sister and a few friends, and he told us to get out. And I'll never forget something that she said as we were going down the steps. She said, most people won't participate in their own rescue. Mm. And so when you don't feel that you deserve the best that life has to offer, if you don't see your life as God's gift to us and how we live our lives as our gift to God, you will live recklessly. We are energy, and that energy will be used positively according to your level of consciousness or destructively. And so working on oneself, getting to become aware of oneself. As you know, Viktor Frankl said that adversity introduces a man or woman to themselves. And so right now, people have an opportunity to begin to reflect, to look at who they've been, how they're showing up, and who they have to be when we emerge out of this place where we are right now.
And, through the social, economic, and political times that we're living, there's a lot of forces that are separating us. And maybe I'm an optimist, but I think it's the few. Like I'm around a lot of people. I study every day. I have 2 different periods of research time where I'm more interested than interesting, trying to raise my awareness. And what's coming to me every day is, how do I stop the few from separating the many on all the different issues, socioeconomic and political? And I thought no better person than Les Brown to talk about unification and how a tree has no branches, and that we all together, it's the few, one little speckle of darkness cannot overcome a spark of light. How can we together overcome these few that are separating us?
We're doing that right now, because we're living in a place where it's been said, and I think it's very true, until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are affected, things will never change. And so you have people who have not been affected by the divisiveness and all of the police brutality and the killings that one we witnessed yesterday that was just horrific, as the governor said. And so in the midst of an operation, things look like a murder, but on the other side, there's a healing. So things will get worse before they get better. That's a part of the process. But the main thing to do is what you said and what you talk about, is maintaining a spirit of optimism that we will get through this and we'll be stronger and better on the other side of it.
And you brought up a great point about health, and you yourself have overcome personal health issues, which sometimes diminish our capacity not only to heal, but to heal others. But yet, somehow, through your career, as I've watched, you're able to overcome and heal yourself and get past the adversity of your own health issues. What lessons have you learned through your own journey about the importance of health, how to heal ourselves, and how to help others heal themselves?
Well, one of the things you just said is true, so true. Ask for help, not because you're weak, but because you want to remain strong. And ask for help and don't stop until you get it. I'll never forget when Dr. Alfred Golson, one of the top oncologists, who told me, Mr. Brown, you have 4th stage cancer. I'm in Atlanta now, where the Cancer Center of America is located. And I said, so tell me what you're talking about. He said, well, your PSA is 2,400. 1 to 4 is normal, and cancers metastasize to 7 areas of your body. I said, can you give me a second opinion? He said, yes, and you're ugly too. You didn't call me ugly, did you? He said, hell yeah, you are ugly. He said, but you got this. We determine the diagnosis. You and God determine the prognosis. He said, I don't tell patients they're terminally ill. What I say is my knowledge, my skills, my abilities have terminated. Now you and God have got to explore some other options. And so when I left his office, I left there not with a heart full of fear, but a heart full of faith and knowing that I would be able to get through this. And this is what people must know. And what you do with your program, you distract, dispute, and inspire. How people live their lives is a result of the story they believe about themselves. When they hear your voice and your knowledge and your experience, you distract them from what psychologists call their self-explanatory style. You distract, dispute, and when they listen consistently, you dismantle their current belief system and inspire them, as Mother Teresa would say, to become a pencil in the hand of God and start writing a new chapter in their lives.
I love that. You remind me, before my dad passed, they told him, years before that he was going to die. And he said, look, I know that. I've known that my whole life. He said, but you're not going to determine my pace. My dad was he raced horses. He said, nobody determines my pace. I determine my pace. Because I was crying, when he told me. And then he told me that. I lit up. No one's going to determine my pace in my life. I know I'm going to die someday. So that doesn't fear me. Last question real quick before I let you go. And also I want to know what you're working on. But I have determined these 5 daily practices, from taking inventory of my values, asking and attracting for help and value, being a student of my calendar. Einstein says, that coincidence is God's remaining anonymous. I say coincidence is a mathematical equation of luck. Attention plus intention equals coincidence. Do it now. Right? 100% of things do now. But the last one is the one I want your advice on. I am on a journey to practice ending fear in my own life. I know that it's a continual practice. It's a potential I want to reach. But I know the more I can clear that corrosion of fear, the need to be right, offended, separate, inferior, superior, anxious, frustrated, worried, all the things that cause this corrosion between me and the greatest source of light, love, and lessons and everybody else. What are some of the things you do to practice ending fear in your life?
Zig Ziglar said something I love very much. He said, in a fearful situation, the majority of people, they forget everything and run. But a few people, they face everything and rise. And so what we do is knowing that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power and of love and of sound mind. You can't be in a sound mind if you're governed by fear. We want to be concerned by what's going on, but not consumed by fear. We can't control the thoughts that come in our minds, which that is fear, a thought, but we can control the thoughts that we focus on. And that is a knowing that we are more than capable, that greater is he that's in us than he that's in the world. I think about Simba, you are more than that which you have become, and Lion King. And so we have to remind that we are more than the fear, more than the adversities of what we are growing through.
You're amazing. And I remember when I look at you, I think about this man has planted seeds under trees that he'll never sit under, and he does not mind that at all. You have changed the world. Impact me to impact others, to impact others. I tell people all the time, they're like, you're crazy. I got a mission to empower over 1 billion people to be happy, to change the collective consciousness. Where you come up with that dumb idea? I was like, you know that ugly guy, Les Brown? He taught it to me. So thank you. I am a seed of yours, my friend, and I am blessed to have you. What are you currently working on, and where can people find you?
Well, I have a new book called You've Got to Be Hungry.
Hungry.
Yeah, I just completed it. You know, February 17th, I turned 75. And I said, I'm not going to take this book to my grave with me. I'm going to rob the cemetery of this book. And I finally completed it. You've got to be hungry, the greatness within to win. And people can order it on Amazon, or they can order it by going to IamHungryLesBrown.com.
I love it, man. The most common denominator of all the great people, from Les Brown to Bob Proctor to Mary Morrissey to Warren Moon to all the great athletes, celebrities, entertainers, is they must be what they can be. And you must be what you can be. It does not happen unless you're hungry. So stay hungry. I will see you soon, my friend, and I'm blessed to have you on here. Now we got the main act, Nancy from Elevate. So thank you for warming up the crowd for her.
I love you and thank you so much. Take care, my brother.
You're the best, man. I'll see you soon. Thank you.
Okay, bye now.
How blessed are we? What a treat. That doesn't happen every day. You know, people, they'll say to me once in a while, you know, oh yeah, Mr. Meltzer, you're a legend. I said, you don't even know what the word means if you call me a legend, because that right there, my friends, is a legend impacting millions, if not billions of people. I am hungry, lesbrown.com. Check it out. It's going to be an unbelievable book. I got mine on the way, pre-ordered. So incredible. I'm so fired. I'm almost in tears. I'm so fired up. I just suck the energy out of people who live by source, live a faithful existence to help other people. Yes. Wow. Thank you, Lacey. Thank you. Thank you. Because you nailed it. Amazing. From all over the world, everybody on there. Let's bring on Nancy now. Well, let me take one quick question, then I'll bring Nancy on. Please remember, Friday, I do free trainings, bring on people all the time. So please email me, david@dmeltzer.com, to join our free trainings, get my free book, get my exercises and guides. Please join me, or join my text community, 949-298-2905. Thank you, everybody. What's about enlightenment, its relevance in your life? In light, to light other people's candle. That's what I was talking about. It's the most important thing, to allow things to come through me for others. That's what enlightenment is, to practice ending fear. So I grab that great source of power, that great source of light, love, and lessons, and then appreciate it with not only gratitude, but with my values to add to it and give it away to others to light their light. Remember, a candle does not burn if you're lighting somebody else's candle. Oh, man, that's amazing. Please, like I said, email me, david@dmeltzer.com, if you want to join us every Friday. Over 20 years, I'm so excited by Les. Over 20 years, I've been doing free trainings on Friday. Now, virtually thousands and thousands of people join us. You can catch the replay on the playbook. So you got all kinds of guests, like Les Brown will be on the playbook, featured on Spotify. Check it out, and you can listen to all these things again. All right, we're going to go live with my friend. There she is, Nancy. I warmed up the crowd for you, Nancy. I have Les Brown as a warm-up, the great entrepreneur. There she is. Wow. You are not ugly like Les and I, so thank you for coming.
That was great. The second opinion. Oh my goodness. One thing I have to say right getting on is, you know, there's nothing like laughter and joy, you know, to transform your day and your own fear. And I had a little bit of fear getting on here after Les Brown, the intro act. Thank you so much. It's been
He's amazing. And we're both Elevate fans. And the reason I wanted you to go live with me is so many moms like you just got back from taking your daughter to college. But so many moms like you are looking for a way to make money, a way to balance their life with kids working and studying at home and living at home again. And you literally transformed your life as an entrepreneur and became, you know, a 7-figure mother. It was, I call you, and, you know, you remind me of the lady from the commercial when I was a kid. You know, I can do this, fry it up in the pan, and never, never, never forget my romance, right? You are the entrepreneur woman. And I, number one, want to ask, how do you balance everything in your life?
Well, thank you so much, because that is true and dear to my heart. I love to be the woman that can be cooking something on the stove or in the crock pot, you know, have a load of laundry in the laundry and hang out with my kids and work at the same time. And I knew it was possible. Even when I was in the corporate world, I thought to myself, hey, half this stuff I can do from home. I could get a whole lot more done without sitting in meetings all day. So, you know, when I was introduced to this industry that I'm part of right now, 5 years ago, straight after divorce, I was not a skeptic at all. I was just kind of like, hey, looks like my friend that I trust is making money doing this. And she was telling me the truth, so I don't have any reason to doubt it. And the further I got into it, I realized, wow, this is not just somewhere where you can make a little extra money on the side. This is somewhere where you can literally transform your life and transform everyone else's life. And near and dear to my heart is keeping families together, keeping moms close by their kids, taking the pressure off families where they don't have to be apart so much and where they can still make a living. So it's been transformative. It's completely changed my life, and I couldn't be more grateful. We just moved. So, I mean, this is right here where I'm sitting is a dream come true because of what we're doing.
Yeah, you're amazing. And like what I love about Elevate, and I, you know, like Les, right, understood Elevate far before I knew about you or Enrique, your husband, and all the people that I attracted into my life. But, you know, it was such a great product. Right. And as you could see, Les believed it as well, man. It elevates your life. It gives you dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins, which are key to being happy. So I call it my happiness product. But what really is interesting to me is very few businesses, and I coach probably more entrepreneurs than anybody in the world. You know, I'm up there, at least me and Gary together probably do. So, but beyond that, what's interesting is I haven't seen a business that allows someone that just wants to use the product and is actually could be in a business, to people that want a small side hustle, to people that just want something to do, right? Like I, you know, literally was explaining to my wife the Jalossum, and I was like, you got to get on the phone with Nancy. It's nothing like you think, but you know, all your kids are in school. You're such a great businesswoman. And, you know, if you want to put an hour in a day or 10 hours a day, it's your choice. But I just want you, and she was so excited about just having interesting people around her, a great product, which she uses as well, and something to do. It wasn't even the money, but then there's also people like you that you needed to make a living. You had children to support. And so from the spectrum of literally nothingness all the way to multi-million-dollar industry, depending on what you make of it, the same way I say it works in your life, it's what you make of yourself. And what kind of support do you give to, you know, these moms and women out there to start their business and grow their business to the capacity that they want to grow it?
The support in our community is massive. None of us have seen anything like it. We got off our morning call this morning. We have between 100 and 160 people voluntarily get on the call with us every single morning, have their cup of coffee, share stories, get valuable insights from all the leaders in our group, and also all the brand new people in our group who are coming in and getting their first customers. And we all sit and we commune together. And the community itself, we were just talking about this morning with the group, the community itself is so valuable. You can't put money on it, you know, and to be able to do that and actually earn a paycheck, you know, pay for your car payment, you know, maybe you recently lost your full-time employment and you want to figure out what you're going to do next. For me, it was the 40-40-40 Les was just talking about. You know, even if the 40-40-40 plan were working nowadays, what are you going to do at 42 years old after you get divorced? You've been a stay-at-home mom for 14 years. Even if the 40-year plan worked, I'd be 80 before I had any hope of, you know, putting my feet up for a minute, you know, and enjoying my family. So my whole point was I want to enjoy my life while I'm making a living. And we give that same support to other women because we want to see them rise up in the same way, become the best that they can be. And so we do, you know, we're just full on there for everyone. You just have to be part of it to see it. You know, we can give anyone that is watching a sneak peek on what we do, but I've never seen an environment so collaborative. What Les was saying just resonated with me so much because a lot of us on our team come from competitive environments. We don't quite understand that you can collaborate and lift each other up and all rise up together, and it absolutely can work, and you can be joyful while you do it.
Yeah, it's amazing. And the other thing too is I talk about developing skills, right? And I've been able to cross industries at the highest level and utilize my skills, knowledge, and capabilities, my desire from technology, from wireless to hardware, into sports agentry and marketing and media and TV shows and movies. It goes on. But it's all skills. And the thing I like about what you're doing, Nancy, and your husband, is you're helping develop skills of people, skills that today, especially with the compressed times of uncertainty and the lack of brick and mortar stores, and learning drop shipping and online marketing and online sales, and everything's virtual, where you were just taking your daughter to college like I was, and you and I probably did more business while we were still present helping our kids. And there's all this downtime in life that, as I always say, as a student in my calendar, I'm looking for activity I get paid for and activity I don't get paid for, and my sleep with a lens of productivity. How much value am I getting and giving out of every single day? Accessibility. How accessible am I to my family and friends and to my customers? And how am I accessing what I want? And finally, the lens of gratitude. And I think productivity, accessibility, and gratitude are cornerstones of why you have been so successful in not just the financial realm, although that's a beautiful new house and you guys are completely financial secure, but really in a fulfilling, passionate, purposeful sense. And you, even since I've met you, you just shine more and more and more and grow more and more and more every single day. And it's so nice to see purposeful, passionate, and profitable people. What's the last lesson that you'd like to share with us? And then we'll tell everybody how to find you so they can join our team.
Oh, yay. Thank you for your kind words. I think the main thing is about fear, and about what Les was just saying with you about living, being, I wrote it down because, I've got squirrel brain right now, but it's about living your life, as a gift to God. Right. And I think a lot of people, are so used to fear, it's their trusted old friend, it's something they like because they've been doing it for so long. Well, when you surround yourself with a community that lifts you up, that doesn't pay attention to that takes your focus on the better things, gradually, incrementally, your life changes. And we've seen this on our team over and over again. So I'd say one of the main things you should be doing right now, if you're feeling stuck or you just keep repeating the same patterns, is look at the influences in your life, whether it's where you live, the friends you have, the TV you're watching, the music you're listening to, and start realizing that those are all shaping your future. And so just by changing one little thing, you can start changing slowly. And if you join a community like ours, it literally, we've seen people in a year completely transform, and we get to talk to them every morning on our coffee chats. So we know what's happening. So I appreciate you telling that about me, because that's what I'm trying to do, is grow every single day. And that's what we're doing as a community. So I'd say just look at your influences and make sure that you're paying attention to that. It's it's creating your future.
Yeah, I remember your genius is nothing but an expression of God, Buddha, Muhammad, Joseph Smith, the expression of source, whatever you want to call it. Your genius is an expression of that truth, of that potential. And, you truly are expressing it in such a great way. Well, I am trying to get more people, not only just to use what I've been using, the Elevate product, but to join our team, to change lives, especially now when people are looking for full-time gigs, part-time gigs, mini-time gigs, or just fun gigs. That's what you are able to provide in a community that we have just an extraordinary growth experience with. Where can people find you?
They can find me right here on Instagram. I'm Nancy Ohanian, and you can find me on Facebook, same name, Nancy Ohanian, and I will pop a link down below also.
You got it, my friend. Thank you for joining me. And you guys saw it, the main act. I had Les Brown open, and she did not disappoint. Send the money for the tickets to david@dmeltzer.com. If you want to come to free training instead, david@dmeltzer.com. I know Nancy and Enrique, they come to my trainings and get my exercises and guides, and I'm just we're mutual admiration society. So thank you for joining me, my friend, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, check it out. Check out Nancy. She'll pin that up above, and so will Jake. They're amazing people. Les Brown speaks for itself. Res ipsa loquitur. Res ipsa loquitur. Les Brown. That which speaks for itself. There is none better. The energy on here has been incredible. Let's take a couple more questions, and we'll move on. Remember, Friday, free trainings every Friday. Just email me and to join. david@dmeltzer.com. I answer it myself. Join my text community, 949-298-2905. If you want a free book, go ahead, reach out. Free exercises and guides. Go ahead. all of them. And if you want to listen to the past ones, they're all on my podcast, The Playbook, featured on Spotify, Entrepreneur. Check it out. It doesn't get any better than that. Let's get some questions rolling. Thank you, everyone. Let's run through it. Nick, what is the Friday training topic this week, and where can people sign up? I hit that one, layup. But yes, david@dmeltzer.com, and it's a pitch competition, pitch advice, how to pitch. And we'll go through all of that. What is the greatest lesson that you took away from your college/law school experience? How to be more interested than interesting. The greatest lesson was that asking for help, I became an investment of others. So what my brother told me to do was to move up my syllabus 1 week and to go in and talk to all my professors and let them know what my intention was in their class, which was to get an A. And that if I could go ahead and turn my stuff in, especially papers, 1 week early, and if they could maybe look it over and help me. And what happened was my professors would look it over, give me their notes. I would then be able to not only have less stress, but be able to turn in a paper that was their ideas combined with mine. And if they would give me anything less than an A, they would be, diminishing their own capacity. A little bit of extra effort, a little bit of bending time, and my grades exponentially grew. But what I learned is by asking them for help, I became an investment of theirs. Ben Franklin wrote that in his autobiography. The best thing we can do is ask for help. You probably hear me say 10 times a day on all my content, make sure you're asking for help. Do you know anyone that could help me? It's a permanent in my vocabulary. So very good advice for everyone. What advice do you have for someone who is learning to love themselves? Find your superpowers, focus in on what you want from yourself. Don't look at the things that you may be insecure or bother you about yourself. Remind yourself what your superpowers are. Remember, every weakness you have, put into a different place is a strength. Every weakness you have, put into a different place is a strength. So, strengths can be moved and become weaknesses. So, I'm small. If, there was a fire, being small is a great strength because I can fit through a little hole and escape. There's a variety of things that happen. My superpower being, I'm all upper body, no legs. Superpower, flying on an airplane. It's Baba Bags is here. And yes, never be ashamed to ask for help. What a great product. The Bubby Bag, I call it. It's a Baba Bag. Check it out. It's Baba Bag has a great product. Thank you for joining me. Messy is great. I got that. How do I make a more adaptable business? So if you want to adapt your business, what you need to do is look at the capabilities of your business, the skills of your business, the knowledge of what and who you know, and your desire as a business, and align it with what's doing well now, align it with what's stable now, and prepare for what you think will rebound in the future. It's that simple. You will have a successful business. Join me in my training. We go over david@dmeltzer.com. Look at my past trainings on scaling a business, on a variety of other things that I've gone over for the last 20 years. Look at that content. It's free. You'll love it. What was your biggest challenge throughout this journey, and how did you handle it? My ego, and I'm still handling it. My biggest challenge was the practice of ending fear, the need to be right and the need to be offended, especially need to be inferior and superior and separate, need to be angry, frustrated, worried, resentful, guilty, all those different needs, man, they're a challenge. Could you say, I am Batman? I love that. I am Batman. Okay, you got it. I hope that helped you. Anyway, last question, and then we'll get going. How can I be more interested than interesting? You need to ask one more question. So when you think you're done, ask one more question. Do one more thing. Do one more good deed. One more. Lanyap, a little bit extra. That's all it takes, right? A little bit extra. When I'm in that mood, I'm looking to see one more question. Then it leads to another question. That's being more interested than interesting. Ask the extra questions. Put in the extra effort. Don't live in the extra mile. Live in the empty mile. With an extra question, nobody's there. Everybody's working their best, and there's that 10% in the extra mile. You go to the empty mile by doing a little bit extra, a little bit on top of that. Ask one more question, leads to one more question. You will seek the light, love, and lessons in everything and be more interested than interesting. You will expand and accelerate and focus in on what you want to fill that vacuum that's created by selling it. Perfect. I think he wanted the Michael Keaton, I am Batman. That's funny. All right. Anyway, everybody, join me Fridays. Get the replay if you haven't at the Playbook on Spotify. Check it out. It's awesome. You'll love it. I promise. It's free. You can join my text community, 949-298-2905. If you want my book for free or exercises or guides, or join us on Fridays for free, david@dmeltzer.com. I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. Remember, be kind to your future self and do good deeds. See you tomorrow.